Greetings, Spitz Planetarium users. This is Dan Selinsky of Jinx Planetarium, and this is episode 6 of Spitz Planetarium Tutorials, Voice Recording. When I first started voice recording, there were things that I wish I would have known. These are the tips I'd like to share with you. Step 1 to voice recording is having the proper equipment, mainly a good microphone. If the microphone is poorly recording, no amount of editing will ever correct for that. The microphone I use is an Audio-Technica AT4040. Links are provided below for this and all other products I use. In order for Audacity to pick up this microphone, you're going to also need a USB Audiobox. To clarify the recordings, I also suggest getting a PopperStopper. If you are anxious to get going, or you are on a tighter budget, you can make lesser equipment work. For example, I used to use a Logitech microphone and used an iron ring as a PopperStopper. I simply took athletic tape and put it over the ring part. Athletic tape works really well in this situation because it's a very porous tape and allows sound still to pass through. But its presence will still prevent the p and t in pronunciation to not spike the microphone. Step 2 to a great voice recording is of course the actor themselves. Being housed at a high school, I have access to the high school drama department. These students are experienced in auditioning, script reading, and using their voice in the correct way. What are you listening for, though? I like to listen for 3 things: tempo, inflection, and emotion. Tempo is pretty easy to spot. Are they speaking slow enough to understand each and every word? If they're doing it correctly, they should feel like they're talking too slow. Here's an example of an actress who is speaking too quickly.
Travel outside our Milky Way and fly through the mythological stories of our ancestors.
Where in normal conversation she would be well understood, in a multimedia performance with a lot of other things going on, a lot of what she said may have been missed. Here's a recording of a different actress. Notice the difference in tempo she uses with her passage.
Witness the heavens from anywhere, at any time, as you've never dreamed of it before.
This actress is using a more proper tempo. You can clearly hear each and every word. The next thing to listen for is what I call inflection. It's the way they color their lines. Are they just monotone and just reading words, or are they actually internalizing and meaning what they say? Let's listen to another recording from the same young lady we just heard from. This time, listen to the way she colors the word fly.
Travel outside our Milky Way and fly through the mythological stories of our ancestors.
The way she extended the word flies, almost to imitate that the word itself was flying, that's inflection. Lastly is emotion. Does the actor or actress actually give emotion with the line that is spoken? Let's listen one more time to the young lady we just heard from. Listen to her voice at the end of the phrase.
Witness the heavens from anywhere, at any time, as you've never dreamed of it before.
I love how this actress is giddy, almost laughing, with the thought of seeing the earth as she's never seen it before. That's vocal emotion. Once the equipment and actor is in place, it's time to record. Here are some tips to follow for your recording sessions. First step is to find a good place to record. You want a place that does not echo and has low ambient noise. I use the back of my planetarium. The planetarium has carpeted floors, carpeted walls, and carpeted seats, all very good on absorbing noise to reduce echo. I recommend recording your entire script in one session, especially if the actor has a character or accent to play. The actor will be more consistent within the one session. Now to the part you've all been waiting for, how to record with Audacity. Step 1 is to set the microphone level. To do that, you first have to make sure Audacity knows which microphone to read. This is done from this pull-down menu. Simply click the menu and look for the microphone you're using. After that, it's time to set the microphone levels. First, set Audacity's input level to 0.7. Now have the actor read a bunch of random lines from the show. Make sure he's doing so like he would do if it's a real recording. Watch how Audacity reacts. If the recording pattern you see looks like this, the microphone is recording far too much sound. You need to turn it down. If the recording pattern looks more like this, then it's not enough sound, and you need to turn the microphone up. Repeat turning the microphone up or down as needed until the recorded pattern looks closer to this. Now when I say turn the microphone up or down, I do not mean move the Audacity input level from 0.7. What I mean is to actually turn the microphone itself up or down. Depending on which microphone you're using, this could be done in several ways. If you're using a microphone that goes through an Audiobox, then simply find the knob on the Audiobox that will turn your volume up or down. If you're using a less expensive microphone, the setting is probably through Windows itself. Keeping Audacity's input at 0.7 gives you an immediate on-the-fly buffer or adjustment that you can make during recordings. It's a lot easier than going to the microphone or into Windows to adjust during a session. With the microphone set, I can now share with you my favorite tip in using Audacity: recording a blank noise track. To do so, simply hit record. Make sure the actor is at the mic but is completely silent and no other noise is made. What the microphone is doing is recording the ambient noise in the room, the computer fan, air conditioning ducts, things like that. At about 15 seconds, stop it, scroll back and highlight about 10 seconds in the middle of it. Click the selection tool and drag until you have about 10 seconds selected. Then go up to the effects menu, select noise removal, and the window will pop up. You want to click Get Noise Profile. What that does is it tells Audacity what is noise. We will later use this information and go back to tracks we record and remove any ambient noise in the recording. Here's a recent sample using a recording from a show we are currently producing. First, you'll hear the recording as captured by the microphone.
I am Tatum, a talking, astrologically traveling, universal machine, specializing in solar system exploration.
Now what we're going to do is highlight the entire wave. We're going to Effects, Noise Removal, and then hit OK. It will take the noise profile and remove it from the track.
I am Tatum, a talking, astrologically traveling, universal machine, specializing in solar system exploration.
Hopefully you noticed the difference between track 1 and 2. Track 1, there's a slight hum in the background. Track 2 is nice and crisp. We'll be learning how to use Audacity in more detail in later videos, but I want to end this video with a couple more tips regarding recording. If possible, make sure your actor is standing rather than sitting. Also, make sure his script is not in his hands, rather laying on a table or a music stand in front of him. This allows the actor to then use his hands and body to act as he speaks. This does affect his voice. Make sure you save your recordings in small chunks, a couple sentences or paragraphs at a time. It's a lot easier editing a lot of small files than it is one large file. Lastly, Make sure to have at least 2 usable takes for every part of the script. They don't have to be identical, but they have to be error-free. I like this because as the show develops, you never know what take you're going to like the best. If you have any questions or additional tips to share, please comment below. Hopefully, I've encouraged many of you to give your first recording session a try. This has been Dan Zielinski of Jenks Public Schools Planetarium, wishing you clear skies inside.